Thank you very much. This is the last performance. This story is a little long, and in the beginning it's a little kind of scary. It's a ghost story, but don't worry, it will be funnier. Okay, just listen. Now, there are some emotions which are really difficult to control, such as anger, jealousy, and grudges. Grudges. Okay, there was this one Japanese businessman, who had this strong paranoia, the fear. He thought his wife may be dating another woman. So he decided to come home early to check what his wife was doing. And he lived in a very large apartment building. He lived on the 10th floor. When he came and opened the door, he saw his wife naked, no clothes on. Then he thought, there must be the man in his apartment. He tried to look for the man all over the apartment, and he couldn't find. He went to the balcony and he opened the window. Then he found one man dashing away from the building, putting up his pants on. That must be the man. He went to the kitchen and he brought a big refrigerator and he threw it toward the man. And it hit the man and he died. Wow. Then he realized what a terrible thing he did. He deeply felt sorry for what he did, and he jumped over the balcony and committed suicide. In Japanese religion, if you die, you must face one character called Emma. Emma will decide whether you should go to heaven or hell. Now, I am Emma. I must ask you some questions. Come here, the first one. Hey, how did you die? Well, I don't know why I died. I was dashing to the station because I was late for work. Then suddenly, a big refrigerator fell on me. Then I died. What an unlucky man you are. Well, I checked your past data. And you didn't do anything wrong. You were a perfect man. You were just unlucky. You can go to heaven, no problem. Good. Second man, come here. Now, how did you die? Well, I'm a really bad man. I had a strong fear that my wife may be dating another man. I came home early to check what my wife was doing. When I opened the door, I found my wife naked. Come to think of it, she must have been taking a shower. She might have been changing clothes, but I did not think about them. I looked for the man all over the apartment. I couldn't find him. When I opened the window, I found one man dashing away from the apartment building, putting up his pants on. So I thought that must be the one. I brought a heavy refrigerator and threw it toward him, and it hit him and I killed him. I felt sorry for what I did, so I committed suicide. What a careless man you are. You should check more carefully before you act. Well, I actually checked your data. You didn't do anything wrong very much, and you deeply feel sorry for what you did. Well, I'm in the good mood today. You can go to heaven, no problem. The third man, another man. Hey, come here. Hey. How did you die? Well, I don't know why I died. I just died when I was hiding inside the refrigerator. Okay. Now, Emma is just one character after death, but there's another character called Yurei. Do you believe in ghosts? Some people do, but other people don't. But back in the 18th century, in the Edo period, it must have been easier for people to believe in ghosts because the night was much darker. This story is about that time. Good evening, Ueda-san. Good evening. Oh, you are the young, handsome guys of the same apartment building, everybody. Come in, come in. Oh, thank you, everybody. Come in, go in now. Good evening, Ueda-san. Good evening, Ueda-san. Good evening, Ueda-san. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So many people at the same time. Hey, what do you want? Ueda-san, we actually want to ask one question. Do you happen to know about Sarayashiki, the plate house? Sarayashiki? Of course I know about it. What about it? Well, we didn't know about it. We were really embarrassed when someone from outside the city asked us about it, and I couldn't answer. Well, please tell me, what is Sarayashiki? You really don't know? Okay, then I'll tell you. If you go out of the city toward the west, soon you will find a big house with a big tumble-down house with a big well, you know, Ido. Yeah, that's Sarayashiki. Well, that's Kurumayashiki, isn't it? Well, local people call it Kurumayashiki because it has a big water wheel. Sarayashiki is just another name. Oh, really? We all know them. We all know what it is. But Ueda-san, why is that house so famous? Don't you ever go to the theater? That episode is so famous in Kabuki and Bunraku. Well, if you really don't know, I'll tell you the story. Long time ago in this area, there lived one local administrator, Daikan, called Aoyama Tessan. And in his house lived a young, pretty woman servant called Okiku. And this local administrator, Tessan, fell in love with her, and he did his best, made his best efforts to attract her attention, but she wouldn't listen. She already had her boyfriend. Then this Tessan's love toward her turned into hatred. He decided to make her suffer. Now, he has this family treasure. It's a full set of 10 precious plates. He brought these plates in front of Okiku and said, Okiku, this is a very important treasure which was given from the Edo government. If something happens to them, I must sacrifice my life to apologize. Now, I want you to take the best care of these plates. Okiku was really surprised and puzzled. Why is my master making a woman servant like me take care of such an important treasure? But it was the order from her master. She could not resist it. She took them back to her own room and kept them in the closet. Tessan sneaked into her room and took one of the plates and hid it somewhere. Then another day he said, Okiku, I must use one of those plates in the next tea ceremony event. Bring those plates here now. Innocent Okiku went back to her own room and brought the plates in front of Tessan. Then she took them out of the box and started counting. There were only 9 plates. Surprised, she tried to count them again, and no matter how many times she counted, there were 9 plates. Shocked, she fell down and started to cry. Tessan stood up and looked down on her cruelly and said, You must have stolen one of the plates. Be honest and tell me where the plate is. Of course she does not know where it is. She keeps saying that she doesn't know. Unforgivable. I must torture you and punish you until you confess your crime. He grabbed her hair and dragged her body to the well and punched her and kicked her. And he poured a bucket full of water over her 2, 3, 4 times, and he tied her body and dipped her body into the water of the well and raised her body, dipped her body into the water and raised her body, repeated 3, 4, 5 times. She was nearly dead. He did not care. He whipped her body 20, 30, 40 times. If I die now, I must die under the false accusation. I'm sorry that I cannot prove my innocence. Please, please let me count the plates again. Tessan got even angrier and took out a long sword and said, This is going to be a good example of something that happens to someone who betrays his or her master. I will kill you. With a long sword, he cut Okiku's body from her right shoulder, and with its swing back, he cut the rope. Okiku's body fell right into the well. Now, this woman is gone. The woman I hate is gone. Then Tessan went back to his own room and started drinking sake and went to bed. Late that night, from the well where Okiku died, a small fireball appeared and it started drifting toward Tessan's room. Tessan, who felt strong pain in the chest, woke up and he found Okiku sitting by his pillow. You evil spirit, go to hell! He tried to cut the figure, but the figure disappeared. He felt really, really sick and he tried to go to the toilet. He opened the sliding door and went into the corridor and he found Okiku standing right in front of him. He turned back and he found Okiku sitting at the edge of the corridor. Obsessed by the ghost of Okiku, he went crazy, became sick, and finally he died. Wow! What a scary story. We didn't know about it. But, Ueda-san, it's such an old story, isn't it? Well, the story itself is old, but the ghost still appears. The ghost still appears? That's right, in the same place, Sarayashiki, at 2 o'clock in the morning. She never fails. She never fails. Wow! We often hear about the ghost, but we've never seen one. I will go to see the ghost. I will go to see the ghost. Hey. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Sarayashiki to see the ghost. Just like that, casually. It's okay, if you really want to see the ghost, it's okay, you can go. But you have to be careful. Careful? Careful about what? Well, if you go there and the ghost appears, she starts counting the plates. And this counting has a special power, full of hatred, full of grudges. And if you hear it to the end, and if you hear the final number 9, the fear will catch you, the fear will kill you. You gotta be kidding. Well, there was once a really strong man who said the same thing. You gotta be kidding. He went there and sat by the well. And this ghost appeared and started counting. When he heard the final number 9, his body started to shiver. And everybody took him to the hospital. But it was too late. For 3 days he kept shivering with high fever and he died. Wow, what a scary thing. So if you hear the final number 9, you will die. Well-san, what if you do not hear the final number 9? Good question. If you manage to escape at number 7, you will be safe. Really? If you manage to escape at 7, you will be safe. Now everybody, let's go to see the ghost. Hey, wait. Why are you listening to what Oya-san said? If you hear the counting, you will die. You are not paying attention to what he said. If you manage to escape at around 7, you will be safe. You will be safe. How can you trust the evil spirit of a ghost? She may be tricky. Tricky? What do you mean by tricky? Well, when she appears, she starts counting the plates like this. 1 plate, 2 plates. Well, it's okay if she goes like this from the beginning to the end, but when she reaches number 5, for example, 5 plates, 6 plates, 7, 8 plates. She's not like that. Okay, I will go to see the ghost. Who will come to see the ghost? I will go, I won't. The group was divided into 2 parts. Okay, those who are coming, come to my apartment at midnight. They got together at his apartment at midnight and they left for the haunted house. As you